in say all three quarterbacks will play?
Yeah, that's the plan going into this week, that all three of them would get game time, and Côté will start and play a bit, and then we'll get everybody else some time in there.
Can you define what play a bit would mean?
I'd say probably around a quarter, but we'll just see how it goes. I mean, I don't want Côté, we already had a bye week, and I'd like to see him stay fresh and all that stuff. So that's part of the reason we're gonna go with that. Yeah.
Looks like most of the starters are playing though.
Yeah, I mean that's the bottom line. I mean, it's the end of the year. I mean, we're resting guys that we can rest, but there aren't too many that we can. So, the bottom line is to go out there and play, and we talked about it. We want to get better this week and compete, and the only way you get better is by playing, in my opinion. So it's nice that our guys are going to work hard this week in practice, go out and play a game, and the mindset will be to win and go out there and compete on every single play. And that's what we're about anyways. You watch our practice today, there's no holding back. It's probably one of the most physical practices we've had all the year. So it's great to see what we preach is still happening and just getting better.
How do you approach that game? Will the next week practices be more important than this
There's
game?
no practice more important than the one you're currently in. I can assure you that. That's not the way we operate here. The one thing I've said about this game, when it's a game that doesn't mean much in the standings and it doesn't change anything, you want to be healthy coming out of it, but you can't play football scared. You can't worry about football. You play every single play like it's your last, in my opinion, and you go out there to win on every single play and do your job. And you've got to do your job and believe the guy next to him is going to do the same and give great effort on every single play. And you can't worry. When you're in there, it's like any other game. And so that's why our practices are the same. There's no bigger game. They all get bigger as the next one you win, but that can't be your mindset. I think our focus has always been awareness of what's happening or awareness of the week, but focus on the day and focus on your job, focus where your feet are kind of thing. And I think our guys do a tremendous job of that.
And getting to 11 wins for the first time in over 10 years, does that mean anything?
I think it's a byproduct of the way we work and what we've put together and the determination that this whole group's had since day one of training camp, and it's taken all of us in our building to accomplish that attainable goal. I mean you want to win. I mean, that's why I say you just want to win this week and get better, and I think you do that by winning, and so that has to be our mindset. Every time we step foot on the field, particularly at home, you want to win those games, and if it culminates into an 11-win season and it hasn't been done here for a while, that's great. I mean, that's awesome stuff, and things to be proud of for the organization. I know that's no one's goal at the beginning of the year, but our goal is just to get better and work hard together, and we've accomplished that. And so I'm excited about this group and us going out in the field one last time in the regular season to get better.
A few guys got the honors today.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Anybody that you feel has been left out?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of guys. I don't want to say anybody that's particularly been left out. I think there's a lot of hard choices to be made when you look at those things. I think guys probably could have been multiple winners. There could have been other guys, but the guys that won are very deserving of that. I mean, I think our whole team would say that. They're a great representation of our team. They've all had great years, but there's a lot of outstanding players on our team, in my opinion, and I'm biased, obviously. So I love our team, I love our guys, and they're unselfish. That's the best part. And I know the guys that won those awards are proud, and they're great teammates as well. So, I couldn't be happier for the guys that did win.
Jason, what have you seen from Davis Alexander this year?
Growth. I mean, hard worker, determined, and he's ready to play. I mean, I've enjoyed his company, enjoying, like I said, the work ethic that he's displayed in the off season through training camp, always being prepared mentally and physically. Gives everything every single day. Looking forward to seeing him play and get an opportunity in there because he's deserving of that. But he's been very good this year for us behind the scenes, and so I'm very proud of him for that.
Yeah, I've seen him on the sidelines, whether it's right next to you, listening in, looking down at his call sheet to see, what's happening. Just how involved has he been?
He's been extremely involved in sidelines. You hit it right on the nail, right on the head there. That after every series, he and I go through every single play. We watch everything on the iPads. You know, he hears the call in his headsets, always looking at his wristband to see what calls are going in so he can visually see what's supposed to happen on the field. You know, we're very critical of every play. You know, we want perfection by the quarterback position, so we talk through things with unfiltered, and he gets the whole thing. And so, and he's a good conduit between me and Cody and with Caleb. And, you know, he's also good with the other receivers and running backs and being able to talk and communicate. He's a leader. So, you know, that's what you want in your quarterback. So he's always locked in on the sidelines, but that's also what he is like every single day. So it doesn't surprise me on game day that he's any different.
Mack got the MOP. What's your reaction to
Well, I mean, he's had a tremendous year. Obviously, statistically, he's right up there with any receiver in our league for the amount of games he ended up playing, because it wasn't all of them. But he was an impactful player for us, no doubt. You know, proud of him. And, I mean, obviously, the effort he showed throughout the entire year. I put in a lot of work for that, you know, and, you know, that's what I'll say.
And what about Reggie Stubblefield? You know, he started so far at a training camp and he got an honor at the end.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And if you don't, I mean, if we would have only played training camp and one preseason game, he probably makes our team. And we've talked that about him. You know, we sent him home after the second preseason game, hoping to bring him back, or him being available for us to bring him back. And luckily for us, he was. And right when he came back, he was an impactful player, and he did that entire year for us. So I couldn't be prouder of Reggie and what he's done for us. Impactful player, a great teammate, hard worker, attention to detail every single day, looks to get better, discipline. I mean, the accolade, the adjectives could go on and on describing him, but he's just been tremendous for us.
C'est important de prendre un rythme avant le début des séries. Ça va être bon d'avoir une partie pour se remettre dans le bain. Là. Ça fait quand même 3 semaines que c'est avec le bye week et tout. Donc, ça va être le fun En plus, c'est à la maison, donc ça va être la même situation contre la même équipe, de voir un peu les fronts, les retours et tout. Ça va être bien d'avoir une game avant les playoffs.
Personnellement, tu as sûrement regardé les tapes, tout ça. Dans quelle mesure la blessure fuckait ta mécanique en bon chinois?
Ben, c'est certain que c'est technique et tout, puis ce que j'ai besoin, c'est de mes 2 jambes. Donc, s'il y en a une qui ne fonctionne pas, ben, ça vient dérailler le système, si on veut. Donc, c'est sûr que ça a affecté un petit peu, puis c'était mieux de le soigner avant les séries, puis on a pu se le permettre. Là.
Et est-ce que tu te sens maintenant à 100%?
Oui, je me sens à 100%. Avec les 2 semaines de repos, plus le bye week, ça a été parfait. Le repos, la bonne... Ça a tout bien tombé. Des fois, on n'a pas de bye week, on n'a pas le temps, on n'a pas l'opportunité aussi. Donc, c'était parfait. Puis là, je me sens à 100% prêt à retourner sur le terrain.
Est-ce qu'il y avait aussi des corrections techniques à faire ou c'était vraiment juste physique, selon toi?
C'était vraiment physique. Puis je dirais que probablement que le repos aussi, ça m'a redonné des corrections techniques en même temps. Des fois, tu deviens tête, tu deviens plus fatigué du bas du corps, donc tu compenses sans t'en rendre compte. Là, d'avoir 3 semaines et d'avoir commencé, je me sens frais, je me sens disponible et tout. Donc, je pense que ça a fait un bon ménage des deux, puis prêt à y aller.
Tyrice, you received your award, as the best defensive player on the team this season. Tell me, how do you feel, getting that award? I mean, you were able to finish a regular season. There's still a game left, but you've been on fire this past month, getting sacks left and right, even scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, man, it feels great, to be honest. But usually I'm not the one to dwell on personal achievements, But it definitely feels good to see that the work that I've been putting in is finally paying off. But we all know that we got an end goal, and this is not the end goal. So there's still some unfinished business to work on.
Were you surprised at all? What do you think the voters looked for when they voted for you?
To be honest, I don't get into all of that. I try to leave it in the hands of the voters, and I try to just put my head down and work. Like I said, we have an end goal, a common goal, and focusing on things like that can be a distraction. So I just try to keep my head down and focus on the bigger things.
The Montreal record for most defensive touchdowns in a season is 10 in 2002.
Yeah.
You have the team has 9 right now. Would that be a goal for this week?
Would
that be a goal?
For sure, man. We want to reach for the stars, man. Doing something like that would be a big accomplishment. It's a very fun defense to play with. It's very electric, and also we help our offense out while doing that. So for sure, I look forward to trying to beat that goal.
Were you thinking that maybe a defensive player would got the MOP for the Alouettes this season?
I mean, nothing's impossible, but you know, we got a great guy, Austin Mack. I mean, I think he is well deserved for him.
Hey, thanks.
Non, je suis content. Pour elle, c'est vraiment, c'est toujours reconnaissant, là, des honneurs individuels. Surtout que notre travail, on met énormément durant l'off-season. On travaille beaucoup pour s'améliorer en tant que joueur. Donc, quand tu as des honneurs comme ça, le monde reconnaît ton travail, c'est agréable. Mais ça vaut rien sans la victoire au final. Le but qu'est-ce qu'on dit, c'est strive pour le meilleur, c'est que ça permet à ton équipe aussi d'être la meilleure. Donc moi, c'est toujours été ça mon objectif, c'est toujours été le meilleur à ma position pour pouvoir aider notre équipe. Puis en ce moment, je pense qu'on est dans un bon positionnement, puis ça allait chercher les victoires dans les prochaines semaines.
Qu'est-ce qui t'a mené à un autre niveau dans ta game cette année?
Je te dirais la compréhension du jeu, surtout à cette position-là. C'est la deuxième année que je joue comme maraudeur. En général, j'ai toujours été demi de coin ou demi inséré. Donc, c'est la première fois que je joue cette position-là. Ma première année, j'étais beaucoup plus agressif, je descendais plus, j'étais moins dans les zones profondes parce que j'étais habitué d'être dans les zones courtes. Donc, j'ai appris plus à jouer profondément, les lectures du carrière. Puis juste la ligue, la vitesse de la ligue, la CFL, c'est complètement différent. C'est U-Sport. Fait que je pense qu'avec le temps, n'importe quel joueur s'améliore. Puis j'ai pu vraiment plus m'améliorer puis me développer à cette position-là.
Comment tu entrevois le match en fin de semaine du fait que c'est deux fois la même équipe et que le premier match a peut-être moins d'importance que le second? Est-ce que c'est une pratique avant le temps? Le vois-tu comme ça ou c'est vraiment...
Je te dirais que c'est quelque chose que j'avais dit après avoir eu nos 3 défaites contre le fameux top 3 des équipes. J'avais dit on a 5 games de suite avant d'aller en série éliminatoire. Puis l'objectif, c'est d'être dans une lancée de victoire. Puis c'est important surtout pour le moral, pour l'équipe adverse, qu'on ait un match assez dominant. C'est sûr que ça ne va rien changer si on gagne ou pas, mais c'est une question aussi, c'est un jeu de momentum, le football. Fait que c'est important d'aller chercher cette victoire-là. C'est important de setter un ton pour que les autres aient le sentiment de s'ils reviennent à la maison, ça va être un autre match difficile. Donc tu veux t'assurer de setter un ton, puis c'est beaucoup aussi, c'est plus pour nous, c'est d'avoir cette continuité de victoire-là qui amène un momentum aux joueurs, qui amène une confiance, puis que le vestiaire est beaucoup plus uni comme ça. Donc c'est important de finir avec la saison avec une bonne note, puis de setter un ton pour les éliminatoires.
Je pense pas que tu vas avoir le luxe de prendre beaucoup de repos dans ce match-là, mais c'est qui ton remplaçant présentement? Dembélé est blessé.
Je te dirais qu'on varie à chaque position. Tout le monde doit prendre une position. Je n'ai pas nécessairement un remplaçant. Je sais qu'il y a Ciante Evans qui prend des reps, mais c'est vraiment, c'est une situation cette année qui a été assez particulière, les demi-défensifs. À un moment donné, on nous a tous perdus. Fait on a appris à pas mal tout jouer les positions. On les pratique pas parce qu'on n'a pas le luxe, mais on sait un peu tout. Fait que c'est comme du plug and play. On espère juste que dans Conwood, tout le monde reste en santé.
T'attends-tu de jouer tout le match?
Oui, j'entends tout jouer le match. Non, je veux dire, l'année passée, j'ai manqué un match en raison personnelle, mais j'aimerais ça être capable de jouer une saison complète. C'est important pour moi de... C'est quand même, si tu regardes, on devait être 3 joueurs défensifs qui ont réussi à jouer, moi, Moustapha, puis Beverette, qui ont joué la saison complète. Donc, c'est important pour moi de jouer la saison complète. J'aimerais mieux être sur le terrain qu'être sur les lignes de côté.
Well, Austin, your name, the team MOP, how does it feel? I mean, this is your first year in the CFL, to get that honor. I remember in training camp you said that, you didn't consider yourself being a rookie. Clearly, you showed us that you weren't a rookie. But how does it feel, to be named the team MOP?
Very humble and thankful. Represent Montreal, represent this team. To come up here and be given the opportunity that I was given in XU at this level, and for the outcome to be what it is. All the praise is due to God, and for me, whatever was going to happen throughout the season was already destined. Now it's time to finish it. We haven't done nothing yet, and I'm excited to finish this one out.
How do you approach that game this week? It means nothing in the standing. You don't want to show too much because you're going to face them again next week. How do you approach that?
I mean, for me, guys, I sat a couple games, and so there's a few guys ahead of me. So for me personally, I'm only 116 yards from getting back to the number 1. So for me, it's a little bit of motivation to continue to finish this season off very strong. Let them know that every time I've played them, I've had a great game. and it's going to be the same aspect in the playoffs. So for me, it's dominance going in this game. Regardless, preparation is to be a pro, come in, playing a full game, and whatever happens. That's up to the coaches. For me, it's to go in, let's try and catch up to these guys and have a big game.
Was it hard to miss those games because you had in mind the playoffs, but you were also looking for that title at top receiver?
Man, it's all fun and games. At the end of the day, you always got to find a way to stay motivated. And for me, that's just a little individual way to stay motivated. Is it the end goal? No. For me, obviously, is to be the best ultimate, team player. And however I can do best to help this team win, that's where my focus is.